Hello and welcome to Inside Leesburg, a weekly magazine show where we take an in-depth look at everything inside the lakefront city. The Sons of Anarchy is among the most popular shows on television these days, entering its 7th and final season with a huge fan following on the FX cable network. The dramatic and gritty series follows an outlaw motorcycle club struggling to maintain their often shady business interests while protecting a simple life in their hometown of charming California. The story centers partly around one man who must balance his commitments to lead the motorcycle gang with demands from family, friends, and competing gangs. He is surrounded by a colorful band of characters, including 3 played by talented actors who will be right here in Leesburg for a special event on September 20th at Gator Harley on US Highway 441. Today we're sitting down and talking with the team from Gator Harley to learn more about the business and its reputation for hosting a variety of great events here in our hometown. First up is Jesse Willis, director of their marketing team. Thanks for joining us, Jesse.
That's great to be here. Thank you.
Jesse, I have to say first and foremost, Lakefront TV is really proud to be a partner with this on other events, but also for this upcoming event, and we appreciate the opportunity to join with you on it.
Likewise. Thank you.
Okay, could you tell me a little bit about how exciting is it for you guys to be able to host an event like this? You've done other events, but this is, you got celebrities coming in for this, a lot of activities. What's it like to be able to host this?
It's like surreal. I can't believe that it's actually coming true. It feels like a dream. Mm-hmm. It's huge for us. It's going to be a major event. You know, being a diehard fan of the show myself, it's great. I got to thank John Malik, our owner, for giving me the opportunity to help this team bring this together, and we got a great family and great staff, and it should be a really fun event.
I see the obvious similarities between the Sons of Anarchy program, which has a lot of motorcycles, and your business and stuff, but what inspired you to actually bring Sons of Anarchy in?
Well, personally, like I said, I'm a major diehard fan of the show. The guys at the shop make fun of me. They call me the SOA freak because I've got a lot of the stuff regarding Sons. And when the opportunity presented itself, I immediately jumped on it and became very passionate about it. And with the help of our family at Gator, we're able to make all of this come true, bring it to life. So
I guess when it comes to autographs and signatures, people are going to have to get around you first. You're going to be first in line.
Right up front.
Well, with the fan following of this program, I'm certain there's going to be a lot of people wrestling with you to see this group. I understand from some of your materials that it's not often that you get multiple members of the cast there, that this is a kind of a special opportunity with that.
Yes, we're having 3 of the main actors come in one location. That's very uncommon. Most places only have 1 and sometimes 2. The only other event in the country where more than 2 of the actors are at one location is Comic-Con. And with that being said, you can't compete with Comic-Con. So this is huge.
Yeah. Now, television today has many popular programs, from Dancing with the Stars and various reality programs and stuff. What do you think, since you're a fan of this, is the popularity of the Sons of Anarchy? What brings so many people to watch this religiously?
Well, Kurt Sutter, he's a mastermind. It's great entertainment. It appeals to all age groups, whether young or old. It's a great show, and the fan base is as diverse as it gets.
Well, I know for decades the motorcycles and motorcycle clubs have been basically part of the American culture. And you got James Dean, and going back decades with this, is a lot of the appeal that motorcycles are just plain cool?
Yeah, they are cool. A lot of Americans find the whole biker image to be attractive, and they're fascinated with it because it's so colorful. You know, we have a lot of motorcycles, tattoos, there's artwork on the bikes, on our cuts with patches. There's so many different flavors to the image of a biker. People are automatically fascinated with it.
Yeah. Now, I didn't want to characterize it that motorcycles are all about bad boys, or the bad boys are always going to be on there.
It's not. There's all sorts of different diverse groups. I mean, you've got white collar, you've got blue collar, and it's something that Americans, because it's an American-based subculture, and it's got a long history. There's so many generations that have taken part in it in some way. They're able to share that and relate to it. And it's just a good general image that a lot of people can
It is. The popularity of motorcycles has grown exponentially in past years, and so it obviously encompasses a large demographic that are interested in it. But even in the American culture, you'll see businessmen just as easily on a motorcycle as you would anybody else on it. So obviously, motorcycles just as popular today than any other time that we've had. I also want to bring up the idea that the actors that you're bringing in, and I need to say who they are. You have Ryan Hurst, who plays Harry Opie Winston on the series. You also have Mark Boone Jr., who plays Robert Bobby Munson. Bobby. Yeah. And then you got Tommy Flanagan, who is Philip Chibbs, known as Chibbs.
Correct. Yep.
Telford. I hope I got all those right.
You got it.
Those particular actors within the show, how does that make you feel about getting those particular actors together for this event, and you're being able to meet them, but also introduce our local community to them?
Sure, it's great. I mean, those three guys are all three major Hollywood actors, in my opinion. They're all very talented. They all come from a great, strong background apart from the Sons of Anarchy show, and within the Sons of Anarchy group, they're key players, so it's great to have those three individual actors come to our location.
And as I was doing my research, you see the photos of these guys, and they really fit the role of what you would think that a California motorcycle club would be like. But then you look at what they've worked on before. And these gentlemen aren't just actors on Sons of Anarchy. Obviously, that's their popularity, but they have long histories, and they are very successful actors. I think I mentioned or looked in here like Mark Boone Jr. He was in Batman Begins. He was in Memento. He was in Seven, countless other shows going all the way back to 1983.
Absolutely.
Tommy Flanagan was in Sin City. He's in Face Off, and even Gladiator. I had to look at him. It's like, wait a minute. Okay, if you take the goatee out and the long hair, okay, I remember him now.
Oh yeah.
Did you know, outside of the show, that these guys have such a long and lengthy and successful career in movies and television?
It actually, my fascination with these three actors began with Sons of Anarchy before we even started to work with this event, and finding out where I've seen Ryan Hurst in several movies. Tommy Flanagan got his big break with Mel Gibson with Braveheart. That was a great movie.
Yeah,
and,
huge.
And the actor who plays Bobby, Mark Boone, he also was in Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, which was another great movie too. So yes, they all have really great backgrounds apart from the Sons of Anarchy thing, and yes, I would.
Yeah. So if someone is a fan of Sons of Anarchy, or they're a fan of one of these other great movies that these guys have been in, this is an opportunity to come out and see them, and a rare opportunity, again, for Sons of Anarchy to get three of them together. Obviously, that is a really big, exciting thing to have with this event, but I also want to highlight that this is a day full of activities that you've organized. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the other activities that will be happening?
Sure. We've got a parking lot completely filled with vendors that you can shop from, motorcycle related, non-motorcycle related. We've got Budweiser is actually going to have a couple of their model girls there to entertain the crowds. We've got three great bands playing throughout the entire day. We've even have a custom group called Wicked Steel and Hot Ride Bikes, and they work along with Heroes Alliance, and they have some Marvel inspired custom motorcycles. They've got a Batman bike and an Iron Man bike, so we'll even have them there for some of the kids' entertainment. You know, they'll be out there to take pictures with them. We've got a lot of different angles going on that day, apart from the Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, now give me the time and the date of the event again.
It's going to be on September 20th, and the public starts at around noon. Is this when we're going to start the event, and that'll last until later that night, and then we'll have a VIP session, exclusive VIP session later that night. Okay.
Now, I understand that part of the event is kind of out in the parking lot, and you have some that the public can kind of come and see, but as far as with the talent that you're bringing in, you also have tickets available. How can people get in touch with you for tickets?
GatorHarley.com is our website. We have a lot of our information on there. Also, our store number is the 352-787-8050. Anybody can call in to us. Any one of our staff members will be more than happy to help over the phone. If they can't answer your questions, they will find somebody that can. And that's, I mean, the info's out there, and we're willing to help. Just all you need to do is call in.
Yeah, no, I understand you have two different ticket packages, but that's not just to meet the celebrities here. You're including other items in those packages.
Correct. We're offering a general admission ticket the day of to get into the door to actually get an autograph and signature from the three actors. Then we also have a VIP package where to purchase early, you can get a pre-approved ticket, and you get to actually party with these guys upstairs on the second floor. It's going to be for a couple of hours, and you get all of the event merchandise. You get to socialize with them. bar, drinks, some appetizers. It's going to be a really fun event.
And with an event this popular, I can't emphasize enough to get your tickets early, because this one could sell out.
Yeah, we're getting close to that point already.
Okay, as far as food and drinks, it's always good to get out there and have entertainment, but also to eat. Tell me a little bit about the food vendor you have coming in.
Primarily, we're going to have it sponsored by, well, not sponsored, but catered by Beef O'Brady's. They're going to be setting up for the general public downstairs. We'll have a couple of other popcorn and treat vendors separately from them, but Beef O'Brady's will be there with a full spread, and they've assured us they're more than capable and will be taking care of everybody that's there. And we also have some private catering upstairs for the VIP for the appetizers as well.
Well, we've pretty well established this event is being brought about because you are like a mega fan, and it's all about you. It's all for Jesse. Jesse really wants this. But tell me a little bit more about Gator Harley Davidson. This is just one of many events that we see out there, community events that you're out there helping the community, benefiting kids and veterans and various things. Why does Gator Harley Davidson do so many community events like this?
I asked the same question when I first started, and it was made clear to me by John and the rest of the family that in their business plan, we are a family dealership. And being a family dealership, we're in a community and we have strong ties to that community. So we give as much as we can, and the community in fact returns it, because we are the hometown Harley Davidson dealership. So we do as many events as we can to benefit, like you said, police, firefighters, kids, and of course veterans. We have a strong veteran background to benefit. So
and that's how I know Gator Harley Davidson, because you're so involved in the community.
Right.
I mean, yes, you're a business, but you actually have a very much social conscience that you're helping out with fundraisers, anything. I've not known anything that you guys haven't jumped in feet first and said, yeah, we want to be part of that.
Try.
And owner John Malik and the family definitely are behind that. It's great having that type of business in town. One of the things that you guys are very specific on, and I see on the calendar recurring quite a bit, is veterans activities. What is the interest with veterans? I know we do have a lot of veterans who are motorcycle riders and stuff, but could you tell me a little bit about what the involvement with veterans groups are? A
lot of our customer base is veterans, and also we have several veterans that work for us. So we try to give back to that as well, and being an made in America bike and dealership, that's one of the best ways we can support that is also supporting our veterans. So we have several events throughout the year that do benefit them.
Okay. Now, to find out about these events, because they happen fairly regularly, you're averaging about 1 to 2 a month that you have, and to find out other information, give us the website and tell us a little bit what you have on the website. It
is GatorHarley.com is our website, and we try to keep all of our current event information up there at all times. We have a calendar, and of course, our contact information is there. Like I said, if you can't find it on the website, call into us and we'll get you the answers you're after. Yeah, and for anybody who's going to visit this website, basically give yourself a few minutes, because there's a lot. There is a lot. You have put a lot of stuff on this website that you could get lost very easily. Yes. So it's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good information, and certainly encourage folks to actually check that out. Jesse, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. All right, I can't wait for this month's big event. When we come back, we'll meet with the owner of Gator Harley Davidson, John Malik. Welcome back to Inside Leesburg. Today we're giving you an inside look at Gator Harley Davidson on US Highway 441 in Leesburg. They are hosting a big event on September 20th with music, food, and special guest actors from the hit television show Sons of Anarchy. Events like this are nothing new for Gator Harley Davidson. They host activities throughout the year, many that benefit local community projects. The business also is dedicated to helping kids and veterans. A visit to Gator Harley Davidson on its own is like nothing else, with tons of motorcycles, displays, and services. It's like the Disney of motorcycles, but it's also an interesting visit for even if you don't ride motorcycles, or if you might be interested in trying one out. Joining us now is the man behind the scenes, owner of Gator Harley Davidson, John Malik. John, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
John, tell us a little bit about the family behind Gator Harley Davidson. Tell me how that works.
Well, my mom and dad basically started the business. We had a business up north in Chicago, selling snowmobiles and ATVs and watercraft, and it got to be a pretty bad situation up there with just the economy, so we decided to look at something different. I've always had motorcycles, always had Harley Davidsons. My first bike was a Harley, and that's all I've ever ridden. So we looked at getting a business down here, and we did. came here to Leesburg, and it's basically a family organization. My mom, my dad, well, my dad just passed away, but my mom still works there. My brother works there. My nieces work there. My son works for me, and my sister runs the store down in Claremont.
So I'm guessing that's 3 generations
Yes.
That you have involved. Did I hear something about your logo that you have? You currently have gators. You have different sized gators on them that represent the different generations?
No, I don't think so.
No? No, I thought I heard that. Well, you also mentioned another dealership in Claremont, the Stormy Hill. What's the connection between them?
We're just looking for another dealership to open up. At first it was a ARO, which is an alternate retail outlet store that we opened up. We thought we was missing some business down there, so it started out to be a smaller store that did not sell motorcycles, just clothing and accessories. And then we got the okay to make it a full-line dealership with Harley Davidson, so we did. My sister came in and ran that store, and she's running right now, doing a fantastic job. She's the dealer principal down there. I'm a dealer principal up here. Basically, she owns 50% of Gator Harley Davidson, and I own 50% of her store, so it's a family thing, but she does her thing. I do my thing.
Well, like I said, visiting one of these stores is an experience. I mean, even if you don't ride motorcycles, it is an experience because you've got motorcycles, you have merchandise, you have so much that are in your stores. But I wanted to ask you a little bit about the events. Another part of Gator Harley Davidson is your local events. Why do you have these events year-round? Obviously, it has some complement to your business, but why do the community events?
Well, it basically is to get people into the store, but we do have so many people like having events at our store. I mean, we get approached all the time for people because we have a great venue for it, and would like to throw something over there. That'd be the police departments, the sheriff's departments, or outside benefits. We do have a big pavilion outside. We're sitting on 6 acres. So it's just a happening place, and it's basically set up for all that.
Yeah, I noticed that. You got plenty of parking. You mentioned about the pavilion outside, but you also have a bandstand, kind of a band area out there, a shelter, to perform. There's areas around to park, so when you do have an event, there's plenty of parking spaces and stuff. You're very accurate in that it just seems to be made for events.
Right.
Now, the other part of having your events is that they're not just any events. A lot of your events are geared towards community benefit and having a goal towards local organizations and stuff. Is that part of the family mantra, or where does that come from?
We always like to give back. I mean, we do okay out there as a family and as a business, and anytime we give back to community or some charity, we're all in all the time. Like I said, we do a lot of different charity events, and some of the stuff is just for fun. Of course, we like having fun too.
Yeah.
When we have our car shows, and we have the stuff with the police departments and sheriff's departments. It's a good time for me too. I mean, I like having fun.
And it's for all ages. Even though motorcycles are geared towards adults, a lot of your events you have Cops for Kids Days, which is a great experience. I know I bring my children there every year. And it's a great opportunity for the kids to interact with law enforcement officers. You have the competition going on, but it's got a fun activity. So it's not all just adult oriented. You have kid stuff to do as well with bounce houses and such. The veterans, I wanted to ask you this. In the earlier segment, I'd asked about the veterans. You also have veterans fundraisers and stuff like that. What's your thought about supporting veterans groups?
Veterans are so important to me. We have 2 events a year, basically something. We have an event ride in May and something coming up here in November, and that's to support, it's DAV, to Disabled American Veterans. Both of those events support that group, and we have silent auctions and live auctions. We do whatever we can for the veterans. We actually store their motorcycles for them if they get called to duty, get deployed. Bring your bike over to us. We will store it for you, no charge. When you get back, the bike will be ready to go, battery charged, full of gas, polished up.
Wow.
We really appreciate everything they do for us. Give them discounts, whatever we can do.
Your business also has a great presence on 441. I know one of the last times I ran into you, you were hosting the Bloodapalooza. You were having a blood drive with multiple buses and stuff. Right. That in itself was just amazing.
So. Right.
But again, just the presence on the roadway there. I know the One Blood, formerly Florida's Blood Centers, was so grateful that you hosted that on property, and I know there was a lot of logistics that went into it. But that's an event that you wouldn't necessarily tie into motorcycles, but it's something you didn't even hesitate about hosting an event like that.
No, I mean, like I said, I mean, if somebody needs something, if there's any way we can help in the community, we will definitely try to do the best we can to accommodate them. And that turned out to be unbelievable amount of blood that they received for that event. That was above all expectations, for sure.
Exactly. Yet again, another community benefit where you're involved and tied into helping our community,
Yes,
which is a good thing about having you here with our businesses. I want to go over some of the stuff that you do have coming up. I think on October 4th you have an open house kind of coming up, and I'm assuming that's a little bit about getting folks in to introduce yourselves to the public a little bit?
It's something we have every year. It basically comes down to showing off the new product. The new 2015 Harley Davidsons are here, and so
Cool.
we're showing them off and debuting those, and test rides and demo rides, bands, music, same thing, but food, and it's just another party.
And you mentioned that you two big veterans events, and you do have a veterans salute coming up on November 8th.
Yes, sir.
With a special recognition again to the veterans on that one. Is there a ride associated with that one yet?
We have a ride. I'm not sure if it's that one or not, but I think that is the one that we leave Stormy Hill Harley Davidson. Starts at my sister's store. It's a sister store, same thing. We start down there and have a police escorted ride up to a Gator Harley Davidson. We'll have a big event there.
Okay. And then I noticed on November 15th there's a chili cook-off going on site. I'm noticing this trend. There's always eating. There's eating involved somehow.
Always. People have to eat. But yeah, that's going to benefit the Lake County Professional Firefighters Association and their charities. We'll have professional chili makers, whatever, restaurants around here will be participating in it, and plus novice people come in. There would be two different categories. So
Yeah. Well, I noticed that one of the busiest times of year for Leesburg and everybody around Leesburg is Leesburg Bike Fest. But your business seems like it's a satellite branch of Bike Fest. You pack so much fun and activities going on and vendors into that. Can you tell me a little bit about that time of year when Bike Fest and what you do out there?
that's a crazy 4 days. But it's a lot more than that. It's actually, a month or more of building up and getting ready for it. And just what really happens there is we do lease out our parking lot to Leesburg Partnership. They basically take care of all the vendors, the food, the bands. We just basically supply them the area to do it in, and that's a great team effort with them. I'm glad to have those guys helping us out because it'd be so much work. By the time the 4 days are up, we were exhausted.
Yeah.
And it's tremendous. I mean, we get, depending on who you talk to, Leesburg gets anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 people coming through, and I would swear every one of them comes through Gator Harley Davidson at one time or another.
Yeah, so that's a great association that you do business year-round in motorcycles, and then you got Leesburg Bike Fest, so it seems to be a great tie-in. So having you guys work together with the partnership that organizes Bike Fest seems to be kind of a natural type of thing.
Yes, it is.
Now, I want to give you the opportunity, where we got a little bit of time here, to talk a little bit about Gator Harley Davidson. For anybody who has not stopped in and seen the business, what do you have in the doors? Once you go in the doors, like I said, it's a visual spectacle of things going on, but tell us a little bit about some of the product that you have in.
Well, of course, we have all kinds of motorcycles on the showroom floor. We probably have 60, 70 bikes on the floor. But we do have clothing, accessories, merchandise, everything. Harley Davidson sells everything from shot glasses to clocks to watches to pool tables. I mean, everything. They sell it all. We don't have it all. We try to keep as much in stock as we can, but we can get it for you if we don't have it. But it's a very huge store. The building is 68,000 square feet, so a lot of it is for display and merchandise, and it's something to come and see. That's why we have these outside events. That's why we have car shows, and that's why we have some of these other things that we try to get people in the store that maybe wouldn't come to the store. But when they go to see a car show, maybe they'll come in and take a look at it and they go, oh my gosh, look at all the stuff they have, great stuff, great gifts for your grandkids or your child or whatever you have, whatever you want to buy, we have. Harley Davidson
Yeah.
is worldwide.
Well, tell me a little bit about the service end of it. Do you have a shop there as well?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. We have a service department, parts department. Our service department, right now we have 8 techs working, and we're busy.
All right, John, there's lots of folks like myself who've never ridden a motorcycle before, but they are intrigued by it a little bit. If somebody wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle, what could they do through your dealerships?
Well, we don't offer it at my store here, but my sister does down at Stormy Hill, and it's a learn to ride class. You go there, I think it's a 2-day class, so over Saturday and Sunday, and if you take the class, you get your endorsement, just like that.
Wow.
You know, there's a classroom part of it, and then there's an actual track that you learn to ride a motorcycle. They provide the motorcycles for you, so you don't have to bring one, and they will teach you how to ride a motorcycle safely, which is very, very important.
Wow. So within 2 days, you could actually be certified and out there on the road
Ready to
riding and
go.
stuff like that.
And you don't all, not everybody passes it, so you know it's a safety thing.
Well, and the good thing I know about the Harley Davidson product is that you don't have to start on the really big hogs.
No.
They have different sizes and different varieties.
Down to a 500 cc now.
Really?
500
Oh, wow.
cc up to 1750.
Oh, so if someone was interested in getting involved in it but never did it before, seems to be a great opportunity.
Yes.
It's obviously got a lot going on, and I certainly encourage folks to come by and check it out, not just for the various events you have during the year, but also to check out the business. I want to thank you on Lakefront TV again, as we're being part of the event with you guys, and we're looking forward to September 20th and be able to meet the celebrities that you have. I have to ask you, are you a Sons of Anarchy fan?
Yes, sir.
You are? Okay, so you know.
Not like some of my other employees are, but I watch it.
Okay, great. Well, John, thank you very much. I appreciate having you in.
Thank you.
And thanks again for holding all the events you do have here in Leesburg. You're a great community partner. And thank you again.
All right.
All right, well, that's about all the time we have left for this edition. Until next time, get out and explore everything here in the Lakefront City.